Ha ha ha. Seo Tae-hyuk. You raised the white flag to surrender. Park Sang-kwang was delighted after hearing that Tae-hyuk wouldn't go against his cheating. In fact, he hadn't imagined that he would lose so much money as well as a follower. However, in the end, he was able to get what he wanted. He was so delighted that it was almost unbearable. Park Sang-kwang clicked his tongue and said, "By the way, I am sorry. I can't cancel the expulsion. The water has already been spilled." "Ah, that. I'm okay. I can just transfer. But I would need a lot of money to move schools. I'll also need to buy a new uniform." "Well, giving you money. Haha. It seems like we are talking now. By the way, do you still want 500 million? Oh, I'm sorry. That was a joke. I am happy with 500. Oh, ha ha ha. I'll forgive you. I am generous. If this doesn't leak, I will give you 5 million. How about it? Is that okay?" Park Sang-kwang called out to An Yoon-young who was behind Tae-hyuk. "Oh, class president. You made a very smart choice. It would have been your turn next time. Oh, what a pity. I couldn't take any photos. Well, lately, the composition technology is really great. Won't it look completely real?" Park Sang-kwang held his belly and laughed. And Yoon-young's face turned white. She could imagine what the photos would show. Park Sang-kwang stepped closer to An Yoon-young. Then he whispered in her ear. "Isn't there still a long time until graduation? Please take care in the future." He moved away from An Yoon-young and grabbed Tae-hyuk's collar. Tae-hyuk just extended his hand. "Give me the money as soon as possible. At any rate. Is this the establishment of a contract?" Park Sang-kwang held Tae-hyuk's hand and said, "Well, I'll deposit it straight away. I am thorough regarding deals." Tae-hyuk shook Park Sang-kwang's hand with his right hand while his left hand manipulated the demon revealing mirror. "I really didn't want to use the points on this, but damn. I'll bite you to your very bones." Tae-hyuk used the 3 affinity points he had saved up. Crime skill. Robbery has gained a new attribute. When a robbery occurs, you will have 3 seconds to choose the item you want. The items owned by the other person can be checked by spying. After confirming that the attribute was bought successfully, Tae-hyuk used spying. He confirmed that Park Sang-kwang had the item he wanted. Tae-hyuk sent a signal to An Yoon-young. "Kyak." As promised. She pretended to fall and pushed him to the ground. Class president must have been nervous. "Can you lend a helping hand?" Tae-hyuk scratched his head like he was uncomfortable. "Well, it was a mistake. Robbery has been used. Please select the item you want to steal." A variety of items came up. He quickly selected the desired item and activated the skill. This time, it will be a success. Fighting. You have succeeded in stealing the opponent's belongings. Yes. Tae-hyuk cheered inwardly. Park Sang-kwang said. "Then I will explain how class president should show me your answer sheet." A corner of his mouth went up. And he started to laugh. How long can you laugh? Everything that Tae-hyuk needed was gathered. Now was the time for a counterattack. Park Sang-kwang's cheating method was simple. An Yoon-young's job was to place her answer sheet on her desk before the test ended. He would take care of the rest of the cheating himself. It is like Mission Impossible. Tae-hyuk clicked his tongue. Park Sang-kwang seemed to know what he was doing. He had installed a miniature surveillance camera on the ceiling above An Yoon-young's desk. Then someone would look and report it to him. The camera must be expensive. It needed to be able to see the letters on the answer sheet clearly from a distance. So it was impossible without an ultra-high resolution. Park Sang-kwang always wore glasses that didn't have any prescription lenses. Tae-hyuk had thought it was just for his intelligence image. However, it served as the receiver of a radio. It is quite rational. The most critical thing about cheating was if the answer sheet showed the wrong information. Of course, it didn't matter if the person was trustworthy. However, half of the people had been coerced through intimidation. There was a possibility they would give wrong information in the desire to die together. So, he had to block it. for An Yoon-young to show Park Sung-kwang the test paper as instructed. However, she was still concentrating on the paper. Park Sung-kwang, who was sitting behind Tae-hyuk, started to feel nervous. Class president is doing well. Park Sung-kwang couldn't imagine that An Yoon-young taking her time was part of Tae-hyuk's plan. It was to make him feel urgent so he would make rushed decisions. It was 7 minutes before the end of the test. 3 minutes after Park Sung-kwang instructed. An Yoon-young placed her answer sheet by a corner of the desk. There was a sigh of relief from behind Tae-hyuk. Park Sung-kwang, it seems like you are sitting behind me so that I can't do anything stupid. I bet you never thought it would be an outer shell. Tae-hyuk had decided the location in advance. And Park Sung-kwang and his friends were currently not sitting in their usual seats. Tae-hyuk's seat, which was originally a little further away, was now right in front of Park Sung-kwang. In the end, the test was over. Park Sung-kwang succeeded in copying An Yoon-young's answer sheet perfectly as planned. The supervising teacher announced the end of the test. People sitting in the back, please pick up all the answer sheets. Tae-hyuk looked at his answer sheet. It was marked with the attendance number of Park Sung-kwang. Now, it is showtime. Tae-hyuk deliberately bumped into the person walking with the answer sheets. And the robbery skill was triggered. Park Sung-kwang's answer sheet had already been collected. This was what Tae-hyuk had been aiming for. His new attribute that he had spent 3 affinity points on surfaced. Robbery has been used. Please select the item you want to steal. Most of the list were answer sheets. Tae-hyuk picked Park Sung-kwang's. Damn. Failed. Tae-hyuk bought himself some time without feeling embarrassed. Hey. Why aren't you apologizing for bumping into me? That. Tae-hyuk, what? Did I do something wrong? Then he bumped into the other person a few times on purpose. He really seemed like a gangster. Well, his image was already lost. So, he decided to use everything available. The students who were watching clicked their tongues. In the end, he managed to steal what he wanted after 3 attempts. Park Sung-kwang's answer sheet was in his pocket. He succeeded in secretly stealing Park Sung-kwang's answer sheet and no one in the class noticed. Will the success rate go up if I increase dexterity? It seemed like he had to raise both intelligence and dexterity. Then with a casual expression, he handed out the answer sheet marked with Park Sung-kwang's attendance number. Park Sung-kwang's answer sheet in his pocket was quickly changed to Tae-hyuk's own number with corrective tape. Then he handed it to An Yoon-young, who was collecting the test papers in the next column. 1 sheet missing from one place. An extra one in another. However, no one was aware because the teacher was collecting everything into one pile. This process was repeated for all the subjects. So, An Yoon-young's answer sheet was copied by Park Sung-kwang. It then became Seo Tae-hyuk's answer sheet. As for Tae-hyuk's, Sung-kwang, I was learning the basics and didn't even study for this exam. There will be a lot of water falling on my answer sheet. The test results came out 1 week later. It was also the same day that Tae-hyuk's disciplinary committee would be held. Tae-hyuk licked his lips. What will happen if the second-ranked person in the school suddenly broke down? I am looking forward to it. Also, there is still one more step. He wasn't going to finish it with just this much. The game was just starting.